Hey guys, it's Tony here with CCxRC, and today I've got an unboxing. Well, technically two. The other unboxing is already unboxed and installed, and I'm going to unlid is what I'm going to do for the second one. But just a couple days ago, I did the Losi Lives video, and then the Losi died. Started glitching. Anytime I try and accelerate, it would just stutter. Read many different people talking about the ready-to-run version having some issues with these glitches. Some people, it was their transmitter and the receiver system that they replaced. Others, it was their motor or ESC. And it sounded like from the people at the pros at DBXL-E world, the guys behind the bench there, guys that I trust with a lot of the knowledge that I don't have, they thought it was probably my motor or ESC. And so I decided to upgrade my motor to a censored motor, which meant that I also had to upgrade my ESC. And so we're going to talk about that. Okay, so cool. We're going to start by unlidding the Losi and show you what I got for the motor and ESC. So here you can see I have the Tekin Pro 4. I went with the 4000 kV. It's a 4-pole censored system. These are the short cans, so these are the 540s. They make a 550 that's a little bit longer, more weight. So this is just kind of a better system. And so let me just, it's not better, but it's lighter weight. So it'll help me as far as this truck moving along the course. And to go with that is the RX8 Gen2. When I went to this motor, it was censored, and my other ESC was censorless. So I needed one that would allow me to have the censored motor. Along the problem-solving game, I started talking to them about transmitters, and that's where the DX4 came in. That's the DX4R Pro. I wanted something that would allow me to use a crawler as well on that transmitter, and so that's why I went with this Pro, because it has some of the settings that will allow me to have some crawler settings in it. One of the question marks I have now, though, is I use my RC cars in a way that I want other people to be able to drive them with me, and so binding them all to the same transmitter is going to present a few problems along some of those. But it's mainly for these faster racing cars. But if I get a crawler and everything, I think I'll be good. But basically, I think right now I'm going to bind the Losi and my RC10B 4.2 because those are what I take up to the track all the time. And I only want to have one transmitter with me. So that's what I've got going on here. I don't know a whole lot about the specs on this. Literally, again, guys, my thing is I'm learning this. I'm making these videos because I love this hobby. I want other people to be interested in it, or people that are interested in it to realize that, hey, you know, we all start somewhere. And so there's other people that may be watching this and have questions. But what I did is I talked to the techs at DBXL-E world. And so I buy most of my stuff there. That's where I was told to buy this Savo SC 1258TG servo for this. It's really quick, because I love the servo. And they said, you know, all the guys are running these. The people that are racing are running these Tekin systems. And they specifically told me this 4000 kV, because there's a 4000, there's a 4300, and a 4600. And that's the rate at which the revolutions that it does, the speed of the motor. But they said that this 4000 kV is probably right what I need based on the gearing that I want to run and having a quicker torque, more torque. And so I went with the 4000. So that's kind of where I am. Don't know too much other than that about it. Still looking at the manual. There's a lot of programming I can do. This is just a quick unboxing. They actually installed it for me. The price was right, and it was just easier to let them install it all and bind the receiver. So here, let's go ahead and open this, or this transmitter. They bound the transmitter to the receiver. So I really haven't done anything. You can see it's still completely unopened, the manual here. I need to get in here and look at it. Again, I don't know that much about it. I know that it will handle crawlers. It feels really good in my hand. I did actually have it out because I needed to get this motor broke in, so I was just running a battery through it to get it broke in. And I literally, honestly, the whole thing is kind of confusing to me. There's so many menus in here to go through. Steer rates, travel, all the stuff I normally have on the controller. Where's my old controller? I'll pull that out and just kind of show. So here, I had a few adjustments that I could make on this as far as my steering ratios and the binding, whether I wanted to reverse my steering, throttle, all that, trim, steering rate here. I knew this controller pretty well. All of this, and that was all. What's nice is there's manual knobs that you could quickly turn while I'm out there running if I didn't feel like steering was right. So now I'm gonna have to learn how to quickly get in here. I know that these are programmable here to steering, throttle rate, steering rate, and then the amount of steering trim as well as all these other programmable buttons here. So I'm really excited about learning it. It can do AVC. I mean, there's just so much telemetry, and I'm scared to be pushing the buttons actually right now because not quite sure what I'm gonna do here. So, but they bound it for me, and so it's all set up to run this truck right now, and then I'll go ahead and. One of the cool things, this cost a little bit more than the 4C, I believe it was, but it does come with 2 receivers. So you can see it came with 2 receivers to put in my car, so I got 1 extra. So that kind of takes a little bit of the cost into consideration because I can actually have 3 cars bound to this remote right now because this already had a Spektrum system in it. So I'll put 1 into my associated, and then I've got another one I can either put into the Yeti or into a crawler or something in the future. And it's just really comfortable in the hand. The weighting's really good, and I look forward to learning it and getting to know this system. Still need to figure out how many things I want to bind to it because, again, I would like to have vehicles that are on remotes that are not tied to this so that other people can be using my cars here on my backyard track to race with me. So either I'm going to be doing the night before, I'm going to be switching out the binding and rebinding or switching out the actual receiver so that because right now in the associated it's got its own type of receiver in it, so that I can keep that with the remote that's in there and switch it out. I don't know. So those are some of the question marks I have, but this for the Losi, I mean, the steering is really, really beautiful. The knob on this, compared to the one that came with it, this is just so easy to spin. There's a little bit more tension in this one here, and so it's just really smooth. But as well as the acceleration, you have so much control over the speed. You can make it pretty much crawl if you just do a little bit. And then when you punch it, especially with this motor in it, holy cow, it flies. And so, I'm pretty much a basher backyard track guy, and I can tell the difference in this system over what came stock. I mean, the speed out of this motor and this ESC is just unbelievable. The acceleration, and then the control with this new controller is out of this world. So as far as steering, but also acceleration and being able to slowly push into the speed. So really excited about it, and I can't wait to get it out on the real track and give it a test run for you. Alrighty, and so that's your unboxing from a fairly RC newbie. If you like these kind of videos, if you're getting into the hobby like I am, I've been in it now probably about 2 years. I know how to change out diff grease and oil and repair parts, but you get into the technical aspects of the gearing and the motors and the revolutions that it can do. That's still above what I've taken in. I'm starting to soak it up and enjoying it, trying to figure out the gearing ratios that I want to use, try not to make my motor run too hot. And that actually is one thing. I think that I have a 16 tooth pinion gear on there right now, and it felt pretty warm, pretty hot, getting on the borderline hot from the little bit that I was doing to break in the motor. And so I've got my infrared temp gun in the mail. It should be here tomorrow, and I'll be monitoring that so to make sure I don't burn up this motor. But yeah, it's a cool learning experience, and I really, like I said, I love this hobby. And you know, if you're trying to get into it, you got to start somewhere. I start by talking to the guys that know what they're doing. They're running these systems, and their trucks are flying. They've got great control with their controllers and transmitters. And so, you know, I'm just kind of following their lead and learning about why this is better than what I had. So that's it for today, and hope you guys are having fun getting your trucks out, whether they've got all these cool upgrades or not. They're just fun to run. This truck was fun before I knew that it could do this kind of speed. So it's just, you know, slowly taking it up a level, and now I'm getting to a spot where it's just a blast to run these things. So check you guys later.